Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Sunstone, and in today's video we are going to be ranking the townsfolk of Coral Island. In a previous video, I ranked the dateables, and I thought it would only be fair if I gave the townies the same treatment. So on my tier list, I have the top tier being bestie energy. If you know, you know. I'll probably share all my secrets with you, know everything about your life, and spend a decent amount of time with you, which is saying a lot for an introvert. The next level down is we vibe, so our energies match. We have a decent amount in common, but we just have not crossed that threshold into best friend territory. Pals is the middle of the line, where I think you're a really awesome person. We might not have as much in common and we might not spend as much time together, but I really respect you as a person and I enjoy being around you. I'll say hi is actually a really big deal, because if I were to see someone on the street, I'd have to really like them to say hi. I hope some of you can relate. So if you fit into this tier, then I like you. If I see you out and about, I will say hi, but probably not much beyond that, and maybe a short conversation here and there. And the bottom tier is I'll be nice, but the but basically means that we probably don't have much in common and I can't really see us, hanging out. But of course I'll be nice to you, because let's be honest, I'm nice to basically everyone. That is how my ranking list is going to go. We're gonna start with Anne right here. I would absolutely be pals with Anne. I would love to learn more about her career in wildlife photography. I would love to go out with her on her little expeditions to take photos and capture video of the wildlife. I think that'd be really cool. She's really into playing beach volleyball, and I'm really not into volleyball. It hurts my hands and wrists, and yes, I am hitting the ball correctly. I do really like spike ball though. If she were willing to pick up spike ball and play that with me, she might get a bump, but volleyball is just not my cup of tea. Anne does like tea, so wow, I really thought I did something there. I would absolutely go get a cup of green tea with her, but we're definitely on the pals level. Now let's take a look at her family. Paul is basically everything I just said about Anne minus the green tea. He's also a wildlife photographer. He also likes playing beach volleyball. I think just for the fact that he doesn't like tea, well, I don't know that he doesn't like it, but it's not included in his bio. Without that tea, I'll accompany them on their little expedition, but that's about it for Paul anyway. Zoe, I would be pals with Zoe. She seems really sweet. Seems like she also loves animals, also loves beach volleyball, doesn't really have her own personality in the descriptions just yet, although I'm sure she actually will in the game. Now, I feel kind of bad for Paul here. Looking at this, I'm just looking at the facts, we probably wouldn't hang out. Obviously, this whole tier list could completely change when I actually get to know the townsfolk on Coral Island, and I will make an updated one once, I have a better sense of all the characters in their entirety, but this is just with a little bit of information we know right now. Next up is Archie. I totally vibe with Archie. Archie loves animals. Like, these guys love animals. Archie loves animals. He makes my heart so happy. He's so sweet. He wants to be a vet when he grows up. He loves playing with Taco the dog. He loves bugs, which I think is so cute. We've seen the interior of his bedroom, and there's literally bugs everywhere. Bug plushies and stuff. Bug nets. I wonder if when we actually get bug catching in the game, if we'll have like a quest with Archie going like bug catching. That'd be so cute. And also on the wall in his room, there's like a display case that looks like it has like either rocks or crystals in it. And if that's the case, display case. I think I'm so funny today. Anyway, crystals, rocks, whatever they may be, I'm totally into it. I'm definitely gonna vibe with Archie, that's for sure. Archie's mom is Dinda, who will be my bestie, I'm pretty sure. She's into doing yoga, she's into tending to her herb garden, she's a carpenter, which is pretty cool. I definitely love to learn how to like make things. Yes, I would definitely love to be besties with Dinda. I also love her overalls, and I kind of like low-key want a pair of my own, except I don't actually like jeans. Dinda's husband is Joko. I mean, he's also a carpenter, which is cool. The only other thing we really know about him is that he spends a lot of time mentoring Archie, which is really sweet. Teaches him like fishing, and I think they said pumpkin carving. I don't really think we'd have much in common that I know of, so at this point I think we'd just be pals. But he just seemed pretty sweet, and maybe if I got to know him better I would change my mind. Next is Betty. Betty gives me bestie energy. I think it's always nice having like 1 or 2 older friends in your life. I feel like Betty would be like that perfect person for me to, you know, go to for advice and just kind of learn from in general. And she loves refilling the bird feeders around the island, which I would love to like do with her. I think Betty looks and seems so very sweet, and I would love to be best friends with her. So Betty actually has 2 sons, Noah and Frank. Noah is one of the dateable candidates. Frank is her other son, and I would probably say hi to Frank. I don't think we have anything in common really that I know of at this point. He runs the tavern and he spends a lot of time cooking there. He must kind of like animals because he has 2 cats with Erica, his wife. But yeah, I'd probably say hi and like chit chat with him here and there, and that would be about it. Erica, his wife, I would vibe with her. At least I think I would. She's one of the hairdressers at the Coral Island salon. So, I mean, it would definitely be handy to be friends with a hairdresser. But she does also just seem very sweet in general. And she enjoys lending her ear to people who, you know, want to talk about their problems or what they have going on in their lives. And I think that's sweet. Now, I do kind of get a feeling that she's like actually really chatty, which there's nothing wrong with. But for me, that's why she wouldn't be like a bestie. Because in the realm of besties, I need someone who isn't like too high energy all the time, if you know what I mean, and doesn't like always want to talk. I need someone who can just sit next to me in complete silence. I'm kind of like an extroverted introvert, if that makes sense. I would vibe with her for sure. I just don't think I could spend like too much time with her. So then next is Bree. Now Bree got a mega boost in my mind at some point. I don't know how, when, or why it happened, but she went from me being like not really sure about her to like I'm really in love with her as a bestie, of course, kind of. So yeah, I really like her now. I think I was kind of judging her before based off of her husband, who we'll get to in a moment, but that wasn't fair of me at all. She enjoys cooking, she enjoys throwing parties, and she helps operate the vineyard. She seems nice. She seems like a good time. She seems like someone who, you know, is social, but also would probably enjoy doing some more low-key chill activities like cooking and stuff. So I think her and I could be besties. So then her husband, Walter, I would be nice to, of course, but I don't think we have anything in common. He likes the sports channel. No shade, but I'm just not that big on watching sports. I always think like, why don't I just play the sport? But that's just like my personal take on it. He kind of gives me like Jay from Modern Family vibes, if any of you have watched that show, which I have to admit, I for some odd reason have a soft spot for that sort of character. I have no earthly idea why, but regardless of that, I still just don't think we'd really connect on anything as far as I know at this point. I'd definitely be nice to him because I have no reason not to be, but beyond that, I'm not sure. Next up is Mayor Connor. He honestly looks so sweet. I definitely would have to say hi to Mayor Connor for sure. I mean, he's literally the mayor. I just like don't really think he could go much higher than that because, I mean, let's face it, he's gonna be super busy with running the town. I don't know, I feel like if he's the type to kind of like have his nose in everyone's business, not necessarily in like a bad way, but if he's the mayor and he like knows everything that's going on Coral Island, then I don't think I want to be like too close to him, because if he like chats with everyone, I don't know, maybe I should be thinking the same for Erica though, actually. Like, I wonder how quick gossip gets around town in Coral Island. I don't know, he seems like super sweet. I just like don't think we'd really like hang out, but I could be completely wrong. I don't know, guess I'll have to wait and see with him, but at this point, yeah, I'd say hi to him. I'd definitely say hi to him. Next is Dippa. Dippa enjoys painting, looking for inspiration around the island, nights in, seems actually very introverted, not just sort of introverted to me, they seem very introverted. So I definitely would vibe with Dippa. I would enjoy like paint nights and like going on walks with them, but I think we wouldn't cross over into bestie territory just for the fact that if they're the type of person who's really a homebody, then if you're looking at the facts, we probably would only see each other once every few weeks. So we probably wouldn't really get to become besties, if that makes sense. And Dippa is married to Emma. Emma owns and operates the taco truck, and that's kind of all we know about her, other than the fact that she sources the ingredients for her taco truck, both from local farmers as well as literally from the forest. So I do appreciate those values of sourcing local and like using really good quality ingredients in her food. But I think we'd just be pals because I don't really know anything else about her. I definitely would love to learn more though. Next is Emily, who is the other hairdresser. I've said this before, she literally reminds me of my hairdresser. Like, she is my hairdresser with a different name. Loves vintage items. For some reason, she doesn't like mushrooms. That's one thing I do know about her. I think I would vibe with Emily. She's married to Sam. Sam, I think I'd probably just say hi to Sam. He likes playing chess, which I wouldn't really be down to do. He likes working on puzzles. He enjoys home-cooked meals, and he works basically all the time at the general store. So I definitely would say hi to him because, hello, I'm gonna be buying all my seeds from his shop, so I have to, and I definitely would want to. I mean, I want good quality seeds and stuff and some decent prices. I don't know. I can't really see us having much else in common. Next is Jack. I really like Jack a lot. I mostly like Jack because he spends a lot of his time taking care of animals. And he enjoys cooking. He also lives in a cabin in the forest, which I think is super nice. I think that lifestyle is kind of goals. And there may be other reasons why I like him that I just don't know about yet. So he's gonna be my bestie. And so he's married to Kira, who I really like a lot. She's into living self-sustainably, probably growing her own food, and maybe she's got some solar panels. Maybe she's collecting rainwater. I don't know. She also likes practicing yoga and playing the flute. She looks really tough. It looks like she would kick my butt. I think I'm like intimidated by her. So I'm like, don't know if we'd end up being besties. I think I'd like want to be besties with her, but I just don't know if the shoe would fit. So we're gonna vibe for the time being. Then we've got Jim. He seems very cold. Let's just say it. Let's just put it out there. He seems very cold and very cold. But I actually think for both of these fellas that they probably have, you know, a really nice story about why they're this way, if they are the way I think they may be. But I don't know. I would definitely be nice to him, especially because I feel like I would be like low key a little bit, not scared of him, but just a little bit like, can't find the right word because intimidated isn't right either. He would definitely be an interesting energy for me to meet up with and attempt to connect with. I feel like he could be mean, and I almost like want him to be mean. Like, I kind of want some of these people to be mean just for the sake of like making things interesting. Ling, she works at the lab. She's literally dedicated her life to saving the coral reefs, which is phenomenal. She seems super smart, super passionate about her research and about the environment. I think her and I would be pals, especially if we're going to be working together on the coral restoration project. No more, no less. That's just where she's gonna be. Oliver is also gonna be my pal. Kind of like same here as Zoe for me. These two kiddos. We can, you know, play some games, play some hopscotch. What do kids do nowadays? I totally like sidetracked myself. So Randy is married to Ling. I would say hi to Randy. He seems super nice. I actually might find that I would end up becoming pals with Randy because we might have a lot in common. He does teach the children of Coral Island, and I do work with kids IRL, so I feel like we could get into some pretty good conversations about kids and education. And then back to Oliver, his dad is Sunny. Sunny and Jim run the beach shack together. I think I would also just say hi to him at this point. I mean, I don't really know a lot about him. He likes classic rock music and he really likes vegan cheese. So I think that's pretty cool. He seems really, really sweet, so I could see him getting a boost as well. And then Valentina. I would vibe with Valentina for sure. Look at how cute she is. Like her and Archie, I just have to favor them. I'm sorry. Sometimes I like kids more than adults because they're like so pure and just their perspective is so great. I think this is kind of more or less the order that I would rank them within each tier. Please remember, these are all just my personal opinions that I'm forming on the basis of very little information. This list could almost literally change overnight depending on my mood. So that is my final tier list ranking the townies of Coral Island. And now it's time for your top comments. So these comments were on my video covering the most recent alpha update. The first is from Ness saying, "Oh my gosh, the heart cutscenes were my absolute favorite in Stardew Valley. I was more motivated to unlock all the cutscenes than by the actual main story. I think this update is worthy of a restart on my game. Great video, Sarah. Thank you. And I actually never unlocked a cutscene in Stardew Valley. I didn't get that far into it, but honestly, regardless, I'm just so excited for cutscenes. I think they're gonna be so cute and gives us an opportunity to learn more about all the characters' stories. I will spend hours just trying to unlock every possible cutscene for every character when the full game comes out. Lexi said, "See, this is how you do a game in progress. Most games by big companies nowadays release a buggy, incomplete mess lacking content, which is usually so expensive. And here we have Coral Island devs knocking it out of the park. So excited for this game to be complete. You can tell it's a labor of love." And I feel the same way. You can really feel the passion and love that's going into this game, and you can tell that they're doing it because they love creating the game and not at all for other motives, which sometimes big companies will have. So I think just the fact that they're pouring their love and passion into the game will lead it to be very successful and stand out from other games. Luffy the Unicorn said, "To be honest, I prefer the older interiors and exteriors, but I'm just glad we're getting more." And so it seems like they're referencing mostly the tavern or the fish and sip, which I do understand because I did really like the previous exterior with the old fish and sip logo that we saw in the original trailer. And there was definitely a charm about the cozy vibe of the interior of the tavern, but I also like the more upscale vibe. I feel like there's honestly a place for both like styles of interior on the island. And I'm definitely excited to see how the spaces continue to evolve. And finally, Scarlet Bard said, "Ooh, the shopping channel could be interesting. Maybe if you tune in on specific days, you can get super unique stuff, like a pink chicken or something, or plushies for decorating." I would absolutely love both a pink chicken and plushies. I feel like the plushies are more feasible. I feel like plushies are a great idea for not only decorating but also gifting. And then it would be really sweet if you actually like gifted a plushie to an NPC and then you could see it on display in their room. I think that would be the cutest thing ever. Thank you all so much for sharing your lovely comments. Be sure to leave your thoughts down below and maybe you'll be featured in my next video. And before I leave you today, let's take a look at today's amazing fan art. Today we have the sweetest drawing of Archie, who I already love, and this art just makes me love him even more. This beautiful art was done by LazyAppleBunny, and I just think it's so sweet. I love the expression on Archie's face. I love the butterfly. I love the sus chicken. As always, I will link their information in the description. Be sure to show them some love in the comments. And once again, thank you so much for sharing your amazing art with us. And there you have it, friends. That was my tier list. Let me know who your bestie would be on Coral Island, and also let me know which characters you're not so sure about. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments, as always. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and until next time, take care.